Und da sind wir auch schon wieder zurück. Diesmal mit einem zweiten oder mit einem neuen Indie-Spiel mit dem Namen Above. Und das Ganze, it's coming from Denmark. And you are one of the developers from the game.
Yeah.
And tell us something about the game.
Yeah, so Above is a game that is inspired by making like the freedom of flying, and it's just cool, the thought of flying. So we want to make a game where you fly around and explore a world. So yeah, it's an action adventure where the main vehicle of transportation is an aeroplane.
Okay.
And the story of the game is about a girl who grows up in this conservative island community where it's forbidden to fly. That's a bad start for a flying game. But one day her brother disappears at sea in mysterious ways, and her own people think that he's lost, they'll never find him. But she believes that there's a way that he's still alive. So she ends up building an airplane, breaking the laws of her people, and she gets banished. And then as the player, you go on this road movie in an aeroplane looking for clues of where your brother went. And you fly from island to island, explore these maps with islands and people, and move on to other maps. And you can unlock new aeroplanes. You can collect resources and upgrade and modify your airplane.
So customization is already in there?
Yeah, a small portion of it is about customization. Okay. It's not a major part of it. It's like a small part to give the player the possibility to modify the plane to their liking. And then you get out of the airplane, walk around on the islands and explore them, find items and resources, talk to people and get clues and leads. And it's a mysterious world, so you learn that there's...
But the main goal is to find your brother.
Yeah, to find your brother and on the way there's a lot of hurdles you have to overcome, and that's like the challenge of the player. And then you find out that this is magical realism, so there's giant sea monsters in the ocean, and you have to, like, in the beginning they're just like hunting you and you have to escape them, but later on you can fight back, get a harpoon on your airplane and shoot them.
So combat is in the game as well?
Well, sorry?
Some kind of combat?
Yeah, you will be interacting with sea monsters and enemy aeroplanes.
Okay. So how long is the game in development?
I would say we are halfway through right now.
So when did you start?
We started really developing full-time last year, but we've been working on it since 2013, where we were working on like a small aeroplane game that was really simple, so just flying straight ahead on a small, straight level. And then we worked on that idea, and we just felt that we wanted a bit more. We really like exploration games, like if you know Pirates, where you set sail and just sail to the next island, and it was
you
really...
mean the old one from Sid Meier?
Yeah, the old one.
I know it.
So the feeling of venturing out and finding new islands, we wanted to put that into the game as well. So we ended up in 2015, we applied for some public funding, and we made a demo, which was this map with a couple of islands and a small story. And that was like
So it's getting bigger and bigger while development.
Yeah.
Or while development.
More features, and we get more like it's really a balance between the adventure part and the action part. Like some people just want to fly around and have the combat sea monsters, and some people want to walk around the islands talking to people. So we have to like find this balance between the two different ways of playing the game, so it's fun for everybody. And
two last questions before we jump into the game. Any schedule when you want to release it?
We are aiming for Q1 next year, so
2019.
Yeah, 19. So we hope to fit that schedule.
And on which platforms can we expect the game?
On the platform side, we are aiming for PC and Switch. That's what I know at this point.
Switch. It's very popular.
No
I guess.
surprises.
No, not really.
No.
But I guess indies on Switch fits very good.
Yeah.
They have a name, Nindies they call it. So we can play with gamepad, and I will press X to play, I guess.
Yeah. So this is a short, you get a part of the intro to the story. So this is just a short cutscene.
Did I skip it?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
I can
10
tell
years
you.
later, I skipped 10 years. Nothing happened.
Nothing happens.
It's okay.
We jump right into the story in this demo. So Mariam is at an island. She knows that there's a fisherman in distress, but she needs to get in contact with him. So you have to find the radio tower and get in contact with the fisherman. But you can explore anything on the island. So this is Some of it is like it's a community where they are self-supplied, so they catch their own fish, they dry them.
Okay.
It's like a North Atlantic, kind
There's
of
a
people.
beeping sound from that shed, and the door is ajar.
Yeah, so the dialogue is text-based. If you interact with an object, you get some. Try to go back to the shed one more.
To the ship?
Yeah, to the shed,
Ah.
the radio shed,
Okay.
and just enter.
Okay. I press X, but nothing happened.
The other X, the square, is because
square,
it's
okay.
it's Xbox.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
You have to
it's PlayStation
you
layout.
have to map it out into your brain.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's for Xbox though, so it's a bit confusing.
Turn on speaker.
And you hear this distress call from this fisherman,
Okay.
and you try to find out where he is or who he is. You can choose that as well,
Okay.
depending on.
We will ask for its location.
It's a good choice. But you find out, oh my God, there's no responder microphone, so you can't find out where he is. You can't talk to him.
Okay.
So that's the
Fix
quest.
radio, find microphone.
Yeah. So that's the quest on this island. Of course, you can find a lot of side stuff, like you can find blueprints.
Okay.
That is not a part of this mission, but the major mission here is to find the microphone.
The first thing that comes to my mind, you can land on every island as you wish, freely?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some islands will have limitations, so some islands you need to build the floats to be able to land there.
Okay.
Or you need
I
a
collect some
certain
metal.
setup of the aeroplane, like if the landing strip is really short, you need a
okay.
special setup. But you can, if you figure out how to land there, you can land on any
Continue.
on any island. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah, it's a PlayStation layout, so not the Xbox controller for the PC.
yeah.
So, fix radio, find microphone.
And you can look around with the right stick as a camera
Okay.
if you want to. So there's resources scattered around on the islands. This
Metal,
is
cloth, okay.
like it's not really told in the main story, but this is a flooded world we are living in. So people are trying to make their living on,
Okay.
on scrap metal and what they can find floating around in the ocean, and they build their own things with that. So it's like it's a community that is not that old because they just survived a catastrophe.
So the cave was dark,
Yeah. So you enter this
so we have
cave.
to touch around because we don't see anything.
No, we can later on in the game we will have more like 2D artwork to show what you find inside.
Open inventory.
Yeah, so if you had something that maybe could open the door, you could use it here. Right now you only have a note from your brother, so you can't do anything right now down in the cave. But it's just to show that you can explore different places on the islands and interact with objects.
So, heading to the top of the mountain, I guess.
Yeah. So we really want to. Every island is handcrafted, so we want to make them
okay.
interesting.
So no procedural generation.
No, we like to put storytelling inside the design of the islands.
Personally, I like handcrafted more.
Yeah.
But the procedural generated formula or roguelite doesn't work for me. I don't like it very much, I have to say.
I think it works. It wouldn't work for a game like this because we want to put story into every island. So we would rather have less islands and more like. And we also designed the islands so it's fun to fly around the islands.
Okay.
We can see that when you get into the aircraft, you can fly in between the cliffs.
You know the buttons on this controller.
Yeah.
So is there an inventory where you can check your items
so
or
it's
something like this? Okay. He knows the game. I played for the first time, so he knows what he's doing. I don't. So I can better ask questions.
So Y is the triangle.
Okay.
And you can interact with here you have the crowbar to open the door.
Okay.
It would probably work better than a note. So let's see. And then you break open the door and hope that whoever lives here won't get angry when they arrive. And you explore you get into the house. So we have these small item gameplays. It's not something that is difficult. It's more like building story and universe. And you get some items from houses, or you can find crates, or the cave will also provide something.
So exploring and a bit of puzzling, I would say.
Yeah, so this is pretty new in the game that we have so much like exploration on the islands. So we want to like have a lot of interesting things. If you have been looking back here, you would have found this. There's a barrel.
Okay.
And if you looked in there, there was a key. That was another way to open the door. So we also want like
so different ways for or solutions for a problem.
If you like search all the island, you'll get maybe items that give you another solution, and the person who lives there won't get angry when they get back. Now you broke down the door, but it was important. You need to save this fisherman. Do you want the controls back, or should I just run and talk?
If you want, you can play, so I can better ask questions and you can shower.
Yeah, I know.
Because you know your game and I don't.
Yeah. So now we are back at the radio shed. Of course, we need to use the microphone.
Okay.
And now we can talk with this fisherman. And we'll just ask him who he is, just to know that. Oh, it's old Pepe, the captain of Lady Rowling. He's very happy that somebody answered. Now we know his location. He's south of an island called Fool's Retreat. We know at this point that's the island we are on right now.
Okay.
But he doesn't know that we are flying, because this is still a part of the game world where they are not used to people flying, because it's forbidden. So it's still inside her own people. So he's like, don't waste your boat sailing. It's very dangerous. There's this big creature circling me.
Okay.
And she's like, I can save you, because she knows she has this aeroplane which makes you safe from the sea creatures. At least this one, because later on you meet crazy sea creatures that will be aggressive and jump out of the water.
Okay.
But this one can't do that. But he tells you that they are attracted to rotten meat, so that's a way to lure them away. So the mission here is to find some rotten meat, fly out, and lure the monster away, so he has a chance to escape. And you can still like collect resources, and you can go into the hangar. And this is where you can upgrade and modify your aeroplane. So you see now it's a biplane aeroplane, and you can go in here in wings, and you can say, okay, maybe I want a mono-wing configuration, and you can change it to that. So that's
But only for cosmetics, or did it?
It will change the stats. So the biplane flies a bit slower, but has better handling. The mono-plane flies faster, but is a bit slower in turning.
Okay, you know this, but where can we see it as a player?
Right now we haven't written the stats, so that's a part of the game that is not in there. It's behind the curtains. It's actually working with stats right now. We just don't have it in the UI.
Coming soon, I guess.
But you can feel it. You can feel it when you're flying around. And we also, you can see the Sesqui wing is somewhere in between, like the best of both worlds.
Okay.
But you need more resources to build it, so you can see what you need.
To upgrade it.
Some more metal and wood. And the same with engines, make you move, fly faster and do turns faster. And landing gear, we found the blueprints up at the hut, and we could build the blueprints, and then we can land on water.
Do you need some kind of gasoline when you are flying, so that you are limited how long you can fly, or?
Right now we don't have fuel. We have had it early on, but it was a limitation for people to explore, because they could end up like way out there and never come back.
Okay.
So we are still working on a like right now there's no fuel. You just fly around freely and inside each map.
So, and the map will get updated when you're traveling. You don't see the map at the beginning, the full map at the beginning.
Yeah, there will be like a fog of war, and when you talk to people, they say, oh, there's an island up here, try that, or you find it yourself if you just fly around and uncover all of the map.
Okay.
So some islands are people tell you about, and others you have to find yourself.
Okay.
And you see there's room for weapons at some point, and accessories. Like this hook is something you use to collect resources at sea. I can show you in a bit. But yeah, this is the hangar. I'll just go back to the biplane because I like that one. So now we have to find the fish guts. It's probably here at the harbor. So we look at some barrels with some old fish where he has the old fish guts. So now we got that, and we are ready to help the fishermen. So let's see if we can.
And then you can lure the creature away with the guts.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we're inside the aeroplane. You can see we zoomed a bit more out, so we have a better overview of the game world. And we can see.
And I guess the arrow is the quest marker where you have to fly to lure it away.
Yeah,
I see.
But you can see this is the island, and it's like you want to like fly around these cliffs and and do crazy maneuvers. We try to design the islands in a way where you want to like interact with them and fly around. Now I have to see if I can avoid dying. No.
Okay, my question: if there is a collision or a damage system damage system is answered, so yeah, you can.
Right now you
destroy
die
it if you-
on collision. We are working on a system where if you don't collide face on, maybe you just get some damage and have a chance to go home and repair your aeroplane. But this is like...
So right now it's only no or dead.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't fly into anything. So you can see this is the hook that is, I can lower the hook and retract it, and that's for collecting resources. There's no resources right here, right now, but I can show you afterwards. Let's see if we can find the... So see, here's the sea monster. This one is not interested in the aeroplane, but there will be aggressive ones that will jump up and attack me. But this one is dangerous for this fisherman. So we have to like lure it away because the boat smells of fish and they like fish, of course. And we are also still working with different kinds of sea monsters. So let's see, we fly over here and drop some crates.
Yeah, to lure it away, and then
so
the
it will
boat should be safe.
Go after the, let's see if it... So it dives down and will go after the bait. Let's see if we can see it over here when it returns.
Ah, help boat signal is safe.
Yeah, so when the sea monster is away, the boat has time to sail away. So here the sea monster is
Catching the crate.
yeah, it's still we're still working on the animations, but it's really and you see we have like this kind of the aeroplane controls. Like on the left stick you can do simple controls, and if you add the right stick you can do more stunt maneuvers. So we can open up 360 degrees. So that's a way, like if you want to play this casually, you can complete the game just using the left stick. But if you want to do more crazy stuff, you can use the right stick as well. So it's like to make it possible for all kinds of players to play this game. So this is just a short demo that we brought here to Gamescom to give an idea of like the island gameplay, the flying gameplay, and of course there will be more of both in the
control
full game.
schemes. Are they invertible? So some people like to fly inverted, also put it down to fly up, or can you change it?
It's right now it's pulled down to fly up, and you will be able to change that later on if you just want it the other way around. But yeah, it's really like depending on what people like. I just wanted to show you when you collect resources. You can see out here there's a lot of flotsam. This one is tree. There's others that will be metal, so you can fly around and collect these. We have a little ocean issue here.
Graphical glitch. It's still in development.
Yeah, it's still in development.
Yeah. So what do you think, how long will the game be when it will be released? How long does a normal player need to beat it?
Yeah, we think the main story where you visit follow the main storyline will be around 4 to 6 hours. And then we have some side quests, like islands that you don't need to visit. So you have to find them yourself. Like if you fly down in the bottom right corner of the map, down here for example, that could be a small island with its own little quest and some special items. Maybe a special blueprint or a paint job for your airplane. So depending on how many side quests and small islands we have, maybe it will be more playtime. But just to like not disappoint anybody, like 6 hours would be probably what you can use in here.
Oh no, X is not X on this pad. That's R, X is da. Okay.
Yeah. You will probably fly into the Opera, but you'll respawn a place where it's a bit easier to take off. That's a nice spot to take off there.
So,
just go a little left for the hut. You managed.
Wow, I take off. Okay.
Yeah, you should try.
Okay.
So yeah,
so
you
you
can
said
use.
I can only fly with a left stick.
Yeah, you can use. You can choose to use only the left stick. and you can see that you can fly around like right and left. And then when you add the right stick, you open up for 360 degrees controls, so you can make loops and rolls, and yeah, stuff will go wrong if you do that. But it's also
so you have to practice the maneuvers.
So you can play casually without any training, or you can when you play the game for a while, you like get a sense of the twin stick controls, and you get really you can make some pretty crazy aerobatics. So we wanted to, it's just to make it possible.
Do you plan to implement more customizations, maybe like stickers for your wings or something like that?
Yeah, we want to have the possibility to change the color of your aeroplane and add decals and stuff like that.
Flying with a left stick is easy. Flying with a right stick, it's not so easy.
No, it opens up for a bit more responsibility as a pilot.
Am I using the hook? I don't see it right now. I'm pressing the LT button.
Yeah, try to. It's not coming down.
I guess not, or at least I don't see it. So
maybe it's disappeared.
Wow.
I think you just need to hold it for a bit longer.
Okay.
So not tap it, but hold it in.
Ah.
Yeah.
I know what I did wrong. I pressed RT and LT, and then it doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
So both buttons at the same time, and the hook won't go down.
Yeah.
And now I try to land.
Yeah, you can see if you can manage that. That's always the difficult part of flying games.
Yes. I don't know where to land.
You can land, where you started out, or it has to be a bit of a landing strip there.
Okay.
But it's pretty forgiving. We try to make it easy to land. So if you press,
can you change the layout from the airplane to the one wing layout?
Yes. So we go in here and choose the one wing.
Okay.
And
let's try this.
That's pretty much it. And you can see if you can feel that you'll fly a bit faster.
And the RT button is for acceleration, I guess.
The what?
The RT button.
It will be another equipment if you have a harpoon or a weapon. Or
no function right now.
Sometimes you have night missions where you need light, so it could be for light as well. So LT and RT are where you can equip different equipment and weapons. And then in the middle you have stuff you can drop. So this is flares. If you press X, you can drop the flare.
Ah, okay.
And it can be used. Some sea monsters are scared away by the flares, and you can use it to signal people.
As you change the layout to the one wing, the hook is gone?
Oh yeah. I think it just reset all the. We can re-equip it if you want to. We just need to land.
Maybe he can land. No pressure, no pressure.
I've been landing a bit, so I should be able to. So you can see you get a cross where you will touch down.
How did you do that? Square button?
Yeah, the square.
On PlayStation pads, okay.
So the square will put you into landing mode, so it will slow down and descend slowly, but you still have to control the airplane. And you get this cross marked on the ground, so you can see where you will touch down. I just think it unequipped the hook for some reason.
So.
Yeah, it's back there.
Yeah. Now we want to hook some crates. As normal, you have to practice the control scheme, especially the right stick.
Yeah, that's why we try to make it in a way where you can play the game only using the left stick, so you don't have to practice so much. You can just jump right in. And also a lot of people who play adventure games are not that interested in the being too difficult. So So we want to be a game for everybody to like, no matter how many, like if you are used to play flying games or not.
So right now we are having here no sound. We can hear it, but there is sound, I guess.
Yeah. So there's like some sounds of ocean, and yeah, you have to fly a bit higher.
Okay.
You can see the white line, like this is the perfect height when you're the red line, and the white line over there is the perfect height for collecting resources.
Ah, okay. On the left side of the screen.
Yeah.
So a bit deeper.
Yeah, I think something like that is good. It's pretty forgiving.
Ah, okay.
And then when you retract it, you collect the resource.
Ah, okay.
And then when you fly around in the world, suddenly you
so you can choose to gather on island or fly around and gather it maybe with luck on
on the
sea
way
as
from
well.
one island to another, you
Okay.
may discover like a small collection of flood sand. Because in this flooded world, stuff are just floating around still. So you can always like find resources and items in that way.
Okay, the hook is swinging, so you have to.
You have to take into account that the dynamics of the hook.
Yeah, right. I was flying a curve.
Yeah.
It's not so easy.
No, it's also something that that needs a bit of practice.
I'm alive! I'm alive!
Just barely scratch the water.
Yeah, I'm not the driving profi. Or at least flying at this kind of game.
Yeah.
I'm more beside the track than on the track.
Yeah.
But we get some.
But when you have the right height, it's
Oh, okay. Flying back to the normal area.
where you have an idea of where you are. So this is just a part of many activities like collecting resources and interacting with the sea monsters and meeting enemy aeroplanes.
Landing mode.
And you can also encounter bad weather like rain and storm. It looks nice. That's a nice landing. It was better than mine.
So, landed as well. Yeah, is there something else you want to talk about the game right now? What I didn't mention or what we forget until now?
I think we've been around pretty much all of what we want to put inside this game. It's the core experience that you see here, like flying around and exploring, and maybe I can take you to. There's some mysterious structures that is related to the sea monsters. We can try to go there and look at that.
So maybe I can ask, what did you inspire, or which games did you inspire to make your game?
Now we have a freeze.
Yeah.
We are inspired by really old games. Like there's a game called Blue Max for Commodore 64, where you fly around in it's a mixed view. So we like that. There's a lot of flying games where you are inside the aeroplane or just right behind it. But we like the idea of this isometric flying game because it makes you feel small and vulnerable in the world. So you're like a small part of a big, like dangerous world. And then we are inspired by some of Sunless Sea, like storytelling and vehicles. Like they have the ship where you sail around and upgrade it. We tell the story in a different way than they do. But there's a lot of like small places where we get inspiration from, but it's difficult. Like we like action adventures and adventure games in general. So we have these small references. All our item gameplay is like.
Yeah, I remember Insomniac did something like that with a submarine. It was a Metroidvania submarine game. I don't remember the name right now. I don't know if you know it.
No, I think I've seen something with submarine, but I don't know the name of it. But yeah, and then we are inspired by Hayao Miyazaki, the founder of Studio Ghibli. He made a movie called Porco Rosso. So some of the stuff is also inspired from him and the way he makes the art style. We want to have this painted art style in the game, and I like the way he works with colors. And of course, there's different references, like the sea creatures, of course, have this Lovecraftian feel to it.
Okay.
And we are all guys who played, people who played role-playing games, so we like the feel of like telling stories and then exploring worlds. And
is there a chance for our viewers that they can play a demo as well, or when it's released?
There will probably be a possibility to get hands-on and play the game before release. If it's early access or beta or something, or beta testing, we don't know that. But we will, if people can follow us on Twitter or Discord, and we will tell when we know.
On Steam already? So
we have a Steam page, so we can go in there as well.
And put it on your wish list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you'll know when something happens.
Of course.
Yeah.
So right now we have no game, so it's crashed. If there is no question anyway, I would say thank you for having you here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was nice to meet you.
And I wish you luck with the game.
Thank you.
This looks pretty sweet, and I hope we'll see it in the first quarter of 2019 for PC and maybe Switch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Nice.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bitte? One question. 6 around 6 hours, depending on playstyle. What is the expected playtime? Playtime is answered. He said 4 to 6 hours. If you try to find all collectibles, maybe longer. You said.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe expandable collectibles.
Yeah. Sorry.
Maybe expandable collectibles with stickers, or only wings, what we always already
also
saw.
Also stickers like wings, engines, different landing gear, different kinds of tools that you can use with the airplane, accessories, and some weapons, and paint jobs.
Okay.
So yeah, stickers or
Okay.
Change the look of it.
I hope this answers the question.
Yeah.
So, thank you, and have a nice day.